Okay, so I'm back. So this video is a bit more about like the particular kind of seeds I use in a little bit more depth, I guess. Um, Broccoli. I usually have broccoli and clover going all the time. Um, I find that clover is the easiest. I usually have crimson clover, and I kind of like that one a little bit better than red clover, but red clover is awesome too. They both grow really fast and they're really um, easy to grow. They're not very picky. Um, Broccoli, this is broccoli right here, is a little more picky. It kind of tends to kind of hang on to the water, and the um, broccoli seeds can kind of get a little bit too wet, and sometimes they can go bad. So you need to rinse your sprouts like twice a day. Um, so if I find that the broccoli seeds seem to be hanging onto the water, like I'll separate these layers out. I'll just like lift that off and I'll put it somewhere. Um, I don't have them in direct sunlight because I think the sun would kind of like heat them up, and um, especially if they're inside the plastic. The last day or so, I might stick them in some sunlight to get everything really green and get some chlorophyll, which is actually what I did with this one here. So it's getting pretty green there now. Um, Down there, this is some clover seeds. Um, and anyway, yeah, like I said, the clover is the one that grows like super fast. Broccoli also doesn't kind of grow quite as fast and quite as prolific, but it is filled with so many amazing things. Um, it has, like it says right here, benefits of broccoli times 50. So all the things they say that are good for you in broccoli, the sprout has tons more of it, up to 50 times. I think it's sulforaphane, they say, but again, I'm not an expert. You can go look it up for yourself. Um, Alfalfa is great too. I used to grow alfalfa all the time. I kind of stick to the red clover more now. Um, and so for the big seeds, the peas, I started these guys the other night, and so I soaked them. I put water in and I soaked them overnight, and then I drained the water off, and now I'm just rinsing them twice a day. And the peas that I started in here, uh, as I said, they'll root, and I'll kind of let them go a little bit longer than the ones in the jar, I think. Sunflower seeds are amazing. I'm going to start some of those. Um, they they're a little bit more work at the end because you got to pick the hulls off. But still, they're like absolutely fantastic. Kids like actually really love them. I haven't done mung beans before. This was a pack I picked up a few months ago and never ever got around to doing, but I just started doing them. They have to be kept in the dark, from what I've read. Except for the last, I guess the last little bit, the last day or so, you can stick them in the sun to green them up. But there's something about them and the chlorophyll, which I'm not up to speed on, that you don't keep them in the sun right up, through most of the growing process. I think something happens in there that's not so good for you. But that's where they are right now. And I just had them stuck under I have them in a cupboard, but for the purposes of the video, I just covered them up. Okay, I think that's the basics. If anybody's got any questions, let me know. I can answer questions, or I can do another little video where I answer questions. And yeah, Mom's Sprouting Seeds online. They're really good. They're Canadian, and actually, if you order $25 worth of sprouts, you can get free shipping. This is a 1 kilogram bag. This is 250 grams. So, the bigger the size bag you order, it's more expensive, but you're paying less per gram. Broccoli is really expensive, I'll warn you. Clover is, this size bag is probably like close to $19. This broccoli is about 42, I think. One thing about it is I've had a bag of clover and a bag of broccoli that lasted with sprouting probably 8 to 9 months a year, consistently every day. They lasted me a year, and I have a family of four. So if you think about, I'm not really quick at doing numbers in my head, but um, 42, 52 is, even if I paid $60 for a year's worth of produce, um, that's actually not too bad. The other thing is this stuff here. There's no pesticides on it. Um, it's kind of still growing and still nutritious. It hasn't been shipped in on a truck. Um, I don't have to worry about pesticides at all. Super simple. That's just kind of a couple little benefits that I can think of. Okay, thanks. Let me know if you got any questions.